Okay, it's going to be up to the Devilfish. Devilfish is going out with a junk hand.
Devilfish folds.
Jeremy's out.
folds.
Buddy's out. On
Buddy
Phil
folds.
Ivey. He's got an interesting hand. He got two deuces, kind of nodding his head.
So he just called.
And look at this, Johnny Donaldson.
Johnny has 2 6s. And he just called. Now, a lot of players would re-raise with 2 6s here. But Johnny opts to call.
Now, Tommy Grimes already has money in the pot, so he doesn't have to do anything.
But he has a king 6 of diamonds, not a bad hand.
We're going to see a flop.
It's come 9-5 deuce.
9-5.
Now look at this. Phil Ivey has flopped a set. 3 of a kind, 3 deuces.
Yes, now it's gone check, check.
Johnny checks. Tommy checks.
Look how excited he is. What's he going to do here? How to play it?
Still check.
And he checks with 2 hearts on the board. What a check right there.
Oh, man.
Whoa. Here comes the 4th duck.
He's got 4 of a kind of quads.
Now, Johnny has 2 6s. Now, I'm surprised Johnny checked
Johnny
this hand.
checks.
Oh, man, he's getting Tommy, the sucker in this
Tommy does
pot, to
12
bet.
times.
Tommy is bluffing at this pot. Little does he know he's bluffing into 4 of a kind, but
Now look at Phil doing this little acting job, pretending like he has to think about, oh, look at that reluctant call.
Calls.
and Johnny folds. Now, Johnny played those 2 6s very conservative. Most players would have bet on 4th Street there when the board paired deuces with 2 6s.
4 diamonds on the river.
Now, poor Tommy sitting there with a king and a 6 knows he has nothing.
Oh, Tommy's a sitting duck.
So Tommy checks.
Now, don't forget, the Star Spangled Banner is going off into Phil Ivey's ears right now. You're so excited. You got 4 of a kind. You got a guy. You just got to hope that he has something so he'll call you. Oh, but Tommy's going to throw it away. Doesn't have a hand.
Well, Tommy just made a stab at that pot with king eye. Little did he know he ran into 4 deuces.
Well, that's what we play poker for, is to get hands like that. It's the thrill of a lifetime when it happens. And then when you see someone betting into you, when you have this lock, virtual lock, what a feeling, right, Mike?
Mostly open shoving ranges or like spots. How many big blinds do you need to have? Are you gonna
Before I'm down to open shoving?
Yes.
I don't like to do it too much, but if the big blind is a really good player, I'm going to do it a little bit more.
If he is?
If he is a really good player,
Okay.
I'm going to shove a little bit more. So with Darren in the big blind, if I'm Sam, I'm probably shoving all the way up to 15 big blinds. Most people's big blind, I would probably not shove. If I had 15, I would probably just minimum raise.
So 15 is the cutoff, right?
With
Mostly?
Darren, yeah.
Okay.
If your big blind is super tough. If your big blind is less tough, then I would minimum raise all the way down to, I mean, even 11.
Okay. Is that pretty much in any spot or 3-handed? Does it matter?
Here we go, guys. No, yeah, that's anywhere.
All right, Sam's all in with 2 10s. Darren calls for 2 queens.
Queen of spades, queen of diamonds.
Just a bit cooler here.
At risk
How
and
are you
behind to
running
begin this hand. Tens versus queens.
How do your
Ready
cards
for our
run?
flop.
He looks pretty confident there.
He does.
Flop is a tray.
Oh!
Tray of diamonds, 10 of diamonds, king of clubs.
No emotion. I'd be jumping up and down.
That little hint of there's the small flame.
the sweat.
Uh-oh.
He's kind of picked up a lot of outs.
To the river. Another 10.
Oh, wow.
That's the most emotion he shows right there.
Quad 10s for Sam Panzica. Behind queens versus 10s, he picks up quads, and he will double up for $1,185,000.
Wow.
And that puts all 3 players
About equal.
pretty close. Yeah, it's going to be like
Blinds and edge are this high. You got to get in there and mix it up. You can't sit back and wait for aces and kings.
All right. Action on the 22-year-old Devin Porter, this time with King 9.
Lays it down.
And Josh with the button, doesn't want any part of Jack 3.
And Johan looks down at a small pair. He's got 2 deuces, and he calls 20,000 more.
Not going to get aggressive, and Freddie Deep on his left has Queen 7 of clubs.
And Freddie says, give us a flop.
He's not going to get out of line. Here comes the flop.
Oh, Vince, look at this. Johan has flopped 4 of a kind. He's got quads.
He is checking it. Abasong's going off in the Swede's head.
Quads he's got. Of course he checks. Freddie's an aggressive player. You check to him, he's going to bet most of the time. He does it here. But notice, Vince, he's bet the minimum. He's bet 40,000 here, the size of the big blind, just trying to pick this pot up.
And here goes the Swede. And look at this. He's going to take his time. It's an acting job. It's showtime in Stockholm.
Okay, looking back at his cards. Oh, I don't believe it. He's got 4 of a kind. What's the best way to play this to get this guy's money?
Oh, this is beautiful. I mean, this is... I haven't seen
He's
it.
wincing now, Vince.
That perplexed?
Oh,
There
man.
it comes. There it is.
He's making what looks like the reluctant call, but Freddie D was studying every move he made right there during that performance.
Let's see if it'll work.
Well, the board pairs 5s.
Could potentially hurt Johan's action. He checks it.
And Johan hoping that Freddie D has a 5 in his hand and has 5s full.
Oh, Freddie doesn't fall into the trap. This time he checks it, and the river card being a 10.
Let's see what happens now if Johan checks one more time or if he's going to lead out this time.
How to extract the most amount of money.
I'm all in.
He's going to make a big bet. It's an over bet.
You're right, Vince. There's 180,000 out there. He's moving all in for 570,000 here.
Freddie having absolutely nothing. Johan is just praying that he thinks that he's bluffing.
And he's hoping first that Freddie has a 5 in his hand. Maybe a small pair like 3s or 4s. Maybe even an ace high like an ace 3 or an ace 4 might pay him off.
But Freddie D is going to shake loose. Can't fall for that. Johan Sturak is quickly putting the quads into the deck. Doesn't want anyone to see that performance, but we did.
So Freddie took one nibble at the cheese.
If you enjoy our videos and would like to see more, make sure to check out the links in the description. Also, make sure to comment below what you would like to see next, and we will work on your ideas as soon as possible.
10,000 is the ante. This is level number 29. Over to Ian. He's got King Jack off, 170,000 more for him to call.
And he's going to call.
David says no thanks. Ping's got queen 5 of clubs. Wouldn't shock me to see him come along at this price.
I think you will.
The 90,000, he is going to come right along, and 3 players going to the flop here. And how about that? A set of aces for Ryo right out of the gate, and Ping makes a pair of queens on that flop.
Ian has a straight draw too, and he's going to go ahead and bet his straight draw. So Ryo's check, his trap is working so far.
205,000 is the wager.
And Ping, knowing that Ian will bet in position pretty wide, is going to call with his pair of queens. He may have discounted Ryo even being in the hand because he was the original raiser and checked it already.
And Ryo is loving every second of that. Yeah, just forget about me. My set of aces over here, guys.
Now, in three-way pots, people don't bluff twice very often, so calling to set a trap for the turn is maybe not the best play.
What is going on at this?
Amazing.
At this tournament, man. This is a wild final table. That's the second set of quads that we've seen. We had the set of quads earlier from Joe, and now here we go. 4 aces for Ryo. Pot's at 1.2 million, and Ping's going to slow that one down, even though he just hit a 5 on the river. Doesn't mean anything to his hand. It's the ace pair.
I think Ping's probably going to get away. They're probably going to both get away now when Ryo bets. If he bets, I assume he will.
That'd be a pretty epic move to check your quad aces on.
Yeah, if it were heads up, even checking the quad aces.
Will he
might
show
be
it or not?
okay. Yes, he will show it. I would lay 3 to 1.
You have to, like you said, Matt. It is a rule of law.
Yeah.